Okay, so we're asked to do two things which involve, if you look, powers. There they go. So this is a question about indices or powers. I don't mind which you call them. It means the same thing roughly, indices or powers. And I won't write down all the laws or the rules, but I will write down the relevant ones. So what's relevant here? Well, what does to the power of a half mean? Well, the relevant rule is that we can write the square root of a as a to the half. Now, there are very good reasons for that. If you think about multiplying root a by itself, obviously root a times root a is a. And if you think about multiplying a to the half by a to the half, that's a to the half plus half, which is 1. So you get a as well. So it does work. So we can say, therefore, that 100 to the half is equal to the square root of 100, which is, of course, 10. Now, what about part B? This is a little bit more complicated. We've got a couple of things going on here. The first thing we need to do is to actually split up this 2/3 in some way. And the rule we're going to use is that if you have a to the power of p to the power of q, that can be written as a to the p times q. That should be a familiar rule to you. And we're actually going to use it sort of the other way round, in that we're going to write this as 125 to the, well, if you like, the 1/3 times 2. Okay, and so we've written it in this form here, a to the p times q, and we're going to now transform it into this form, and that is 125, bracket in the wrong place, to the power of 1/3 squared. So that is the same thing. And now we just have to work out what 125 to the power of 1/3 means. Okay, well, in a very similar way to the thing above, this is the cube root of a, is a to the power of 1/3. And that's the rule we're going to use. So this is the cube root of 125 all squared. Now, do you know your cubes? I hope so. You should know or be familiar with 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64, and this one, 5 cubed, is 125. So the cube root of 125 is 5, and that is squared in this question, and 5 squared is 25. So although that has taken a little bit of time, actually each step isn't too complicated, or at least I hope you think it isn't.